Hey guys and girls, I hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon. I definitely am having a great Sunday afternoon. If you look behind me, you will see Silverton Lake. That's right, Silverton Lake. It's up in upland or northern Minnesota, I guess you would say. And it's nice and cool up here. It was 44 degrees this morning. That's right, 44 degrees. I've got a long sleeve shirt on. I've had my jacket on all morning. I just took it off a little while ago. It's been about 60 degrees right now, maybe 65. It's pretty nice up here. It's supposed to get down to about 50 tonight, so it's going to be on up in the 80s the next 2 or 3 days up here. But been up here fishing with my buddy Roland Martin. We had a great time the last 2 days. We caught a lot of bass, We caught smallmouth and largemouth both, and we fished Leech Lake. We fished Toad Lake. We fished, I can't remember the other 2 or 3 names of the lake. Portage Lake. Fished Portage Lake. There's probably about 100 Portage Lakes in Minnesota and Wisconsin and Canada, I bet. But Portage Lake, there's actually 2 in this area right here. But we had a really great time. It's just beautiful up here. The weather's been fantastic. The fall of the year, you're going to get ready to have fall weather all over the southern part of the United States. And as those cooler nights get in here, the water cools down, the fish are moving shallower. And we caught a lot of fish on a frog. I've been throwing in these lily pads. You can see all these lily pads around right up here in front of me. And I got up here kind of close and power pole down, trying to get out of the wind the best I could. But been catching some of the bass in the lily pads and missing a lot of them, backing them up with a plastic worm. Actually been using that little Lucky Strike creature bait back in behind them and catch nearly every single one that misses it. Now, I've had 2 hooked this morning that I've actually got hooked, and if you hook them and they come off, but I don't have braid on. You need braid if you're going to be fishing frogs. I don't have braid on. I've got a couple of appearances coming up, one while I'm right here in Minnesota. So if any of you are anywhere around the Elk River area, which is just north of Minneapolis, I will be, I've got it right here on my phone, I will be at FGU Elk River. That's Free Grace United Church. This coming Saturday, September 10th at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. we're going to have about an hour and a half service there. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So if you're anywhere around within 50 or 100 or 200 miles of the Free Grace United, FGU, Elk River, Minnesota, come on by and visit Saturday evening. September 10th, we'll be there and just having a great time. I'll have a lot of my Catch a Better Life devotionals there also, so if you want one personally autographed to you, come on by and get it right there. Now, the following weekend, I will be over at the Farm and Home Supply Store, the Farm and Ranch store over in Springfield, Missouri, Springfield, Illinois. I'll be there Friday at 3 o'clock until 7 o'clock. September 16th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be there Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Be hanging around both days about 5 hours. I'll be there till about 3 that afternoon. So come on by that Farm and Ranch Supply Store. And this next Saturday, 16, 17, and 18, that's going to be absolutely a great time we're going to be having there. And you don't want to miss that. I mean, that's a big, grand reopening. And I understand they're having a grand reopening. I'll be there representing Shell Rotella, so I'm sure we'll have a good sale on Shell Rotella. In fact, they'll probably have sales on just about everything. That's in Springfield, Illinois, 16, 17, and 18. So you want to be sure and come by and visit me there. We've had a great week. The deer are doing good at the ranch. We've had some heartbreak down there a little bit. You want to be sure and watch our deer videos and kind of see what's happened there on that. But Chris has been out feeding those deer in the evening and just absolutely having a blast. She's feeding the babies by hand. She's feeding the albinos by hand, and she's just loving it. I mean, and she's talking better, and I think she's talking better because she wants to talk to those deer. She likes to talk to those deer. She says a lot sweeter things to those deer than she says to me, to be honest with you. Maybe she loves them more, I don't know. I love those deer a lot myself, you know that. And guys and girls, let me tell you, watching the deer antlers grow, our Thursday and Friday videos, that velvet's going to come off pretty soon. We got to be getting really, really close to that velvet start coming off. The velvet actually sheds a little bit on its own, but what they do when it starts to shedding is they start rubbing on trees. We've got the deer in the pens, and we've got big posts in there for them to rub on, and they do a lot of rubbing. And you see out in the woods, you see they rubs bushes and trees. It's got all skin up. That's deers that's rubbing. They usually kill the tree when they do that. But we should be able to show you some hard horns I know they're antlers, guys and girls, but should be able to show you some hard horns here pretty soon, because those antlers are that velvet's going to start coming off real quickly. And when it does, those antlers are kind of bloody looking right at first, but it doesn't take them long till they get them shined up and polished up and just absolutely fantastic. We've had a great week, a long way up here to northern Minnesota, over 1,000 miles from my ranch, and we'll be spending a couple of days up here and heading back home really quickly. And then once we get back home, we'll be home just a few days and heading back over to Springfield, Illinois, for that Farm, Home, and Garden Show. Grand reopening over there. You don't want to miss that. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come on by and visit. I'll probably have some books there also at that store. But it's a great store, beautiful store, and I'm looking forward to being there at that. It's the fall of the year. It's topwater time. It's frog time. It's spinnerbait time. And you can catch them on all three right now. The fish are moving into the shallow water. You want to get back into back ends of the pockets. You want to get in any lily pads or vegetation you can find on top of the water. Fish are moving shallow. They'll feed up for the fall as that water gets cooler. And just like in the springtime, when you're looking for water to get up to 58 degrees, in the fall and the winter, when water gets down to 58 degrees, that's when it's the very best. Now, it doesn't stay there very long, but that's when you have the maximum amount of fish in shallow. If you got a lake's got boat docks, they're going to get on those boat docks. Lake's got grass, they're going to get up on top of the grass. Lake's got shad, they're going to follow those shad to the tail ends of the pockets. So it's a fantastic time of the year to be out there fishing. The fishing is just great. Bow season is going to open just right around the corner, so once you get your morel targets out there, if you'll sling about 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 arrows every day between now and when bow season starts in your area, you're going to be able to take that one shot, that just a grouping of one that you want to kill your buck or your doe for this fall. Most states are allowed both, and so I recommend letting the smaller bucks go. Don't kill a buck until he gets 4 or 5 years on him. Get you a doe or two for meat, whatever your state allows. I think in Oklahoma we can kill like 4 or 5 does in Oklahoma. A lot of states you can kill even more than that. So plenty of does out there to get your deer meat. Let those little bucks walk. You know from watching our deer videos, remember Snoopy? 2 little ones on one side, 1 little one on the other, turned into a great big giant buck on his second horns. That would be, anybody would be proud to hang on their wall, I promise you. And you added a lot of pounds too. If you kill those little spike bucks, you're not going to have much deer meat. If you let him get 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, you're going to have a freezer full of deer meat with that big old buck, plus you're going to kill maybe the buck of a lifetime. Do you realize how many times when you shoot a little forked horn or a little spike buck or a little 3x3 that's got the little old basket rack, do you realize how many times you've actually killed a buck of a lifetime, but you didn't let him get to be 3, 4, 5, 6 years old to be that buck of a lifetime, but he would have been there if you just let him grow. So let them grow. Let those little ones grow. You need deer meat in your freezer, take some does, let them grow 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and you'll be able to get some big ones. Get that morel target out if you will shoot every day. A lot of guys will go out there and practice for an hour and a half. They can't hardly pull their bow back when they're through. Their arms and their muscles and their shoulders get to hurting. Go out there and throw about a dozen arrows a day. I like to shoot 6 arrows. I can shoot 6 arrows. If I need to make any adjustments on my bow, I can make them. I shoot PSE bows, and honestly, they're pretty much dead accurate from year after year. If I'm missing, it's Jimmy's fault, it's not the bows. But throw you about a dozen, 6 arrows out there, go down there. If you need to make adjustments, make them. Throw you about 6 more arrows, maybe 6, 12 or 18 shots a day, every day between now and bow season will make a huge difference in your ability, a huge difference. You run out there and practice 30, 45 minutes, an hour, and then wait 4 or 5 days and do it again. It's not going to do y'all that much good. Not going to do y'all that much good. And remember, when you're out there bow hunting, it's all a grouping of one. It's all a grouping of one. And I know y'all are probably getting excited about that just like I am. But it's the perfect time of the year. Beautiful fall days, cool nights, cool mornings, and we're going to just transition slowly into wintertime, which is where probably none of us really want to be. Now, I know they love it up here. They drive those camper trailers out on the ice. They drive snowmobiles and side-by-sides everywhere, and they have a blast up here in the wintertime. But I'm going to tell you, it ain't for this boy. I like the warm weather. But we've got September, October, and November in front of us, some of the very best fishing that you can get in the South. Guys and girls, come and see me in Springfield, Illinois. Come and see me at Free Grace United Church, Elk River, Minnesota, this coming Saturday night. 6 o'clock. It's going to be a tremendous service. Can I tell you, I know there's a lot of great things to do north of Minneapolis, up around that Elk River region on a Saturday night. God will bless you if you put him and honor him and put him first that night and come to Free Grace United. We're going to have a great evening, I promise you. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. I'm getting ready to go back to fishing. And remember, I sure do love you.